It is 11:31, and we are live. And I'm going over here to um, get this little thing connected here. Nestivity. First time I ever used it, but here we are. We're learning together as always. Let me get over here to this little post an ideal projects. Maybe we can go live over here on this thing in reference to having a conversation right on um, Twitter. So if you guys want to join the conversation and connect, we're going to figure out how to do that. Just testing myself, making sure I was live and I could be heard. And I can hear myself. And post an ideal, share the experience, ask a question, projects. There used to be something else up here in reference to having a live conversation. I can't remember what it was called, but we may do that next week. Can't remember exactly how it all works out. But we're going to talk today about parallax design, and if it's something that you could use, if it's something that you could use within your business. As we did last week, we're going to kind of talk about a few examples in reference to where you could implement it into your business. And we're also going to talk about some people possibly out there that possibly that could use it, who it would be a good fit for. What else are we going to talk about? And we're going to see if we can get somebody on here live in reference to kind of reviewing their website, in reference to kind of seeing what's good, what's bad, what's up, what's down, what's in, what's out. Here it is right here. Finally logged in, created discussion, projects, recent tweets, projects. Yeah, I probably should have looked at this a little bit earlier, but I didn't, so it's a little busy. And here's the prices for a tweet cast. Thought I was able to get like a tweet cast, 2 of them a month or something like that. So I have connected with the the Nestivity people on Twitter. So I would definitely, figure out how to get all this thing set up right here for next week or whatever the case may be. Oh, here it is, tweet cast. An existing project. Let's get the title going here, and discussion, description. I know I can do like a little Google Hangout over here. Put my hashtags in here. Put these up here as well, and get rocking and rolling. Get the link to the Google Hangout right there. See if that'll work. Okay, an existing projects, Parallax Design. And let's go. Let's get it. Okay. Continue. Okay, skip. All right, so we'll probably, maybe, I don't know, edit all this out. But here's where you can join the discussion. Please stand by. This thing will load up here, go live. Let me go live here. And I don't know how to put the Google Hangout over here, but whatever. You can see the link down there below in reference to joining the Google Hangout if you're coming through Twitter, whatever the case may be. So it's a new little project, new little tool that we have going on here that we're kind of playing with, we're working with, having fun with. So let's go over here to my website. The Parallax Design. What is the Parallax Design? What does that mean? You're kind of too geeked out, website candy. We don't understand your terminology. We don't understand your language, what you mean by parallax. Let me break it down for you really quickly. Parallax Design, still talking geeky, is built on anchors. Okay, done talking geek talk now. It's basically an anchor is going to kind of take you down to that section. So when I hit the About section, it shows you what this company is all about. When I hit the Services, it's going to show you our services and what they entail. Portfolio is taking you right to the portfolio. When people do naturally come to a website, they do naturally start clicking around on the links at the top there to kind of see what the person or the company or whoever's website they're visiting has to offer. You don't have too much of an opportunity. You don't have too much of a chance. We are dealing with the World Wide Web here. I'm just going to just throw a number out there and say there's possibly, easily 50,000 plus web developers online that we can find. Let's go ahead and bounce over here to Google and let's check it out. My address bar here is Google, so actually let's go straight to Google and just type in web design to start off with. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and search that there. About 1,740,000 web developers that you can choose from. Of course, my Google is localized. Another conversation for another day. But right here, it's showing me web design in Roswell, Alpharetta, Dunwoody, Buckhead, and Atlanta because it knows where I'm at, it knows where I'm coming from. Here's the top search right here. So good job. AIO, web design, whatever that means. Alpha, Omega, Infinity. That's what it means. Thanks for putting your title up there. But here is Alpha, Omega, Infinity, web design. Here's where they're coming up. They do web design, SEO, and we're just going to start right here in reference to, where they possibly could get into a parallax design. This web design right here, honestly, looks like it was created several years ago for the simple fact that everything is sharp, everything has a hard edge, nothing's really soft, nothing's really inviting. It looks like an old Linux system, to be honest, not to be dogging you guys out in any type of way, shape, or form, but it looks like a Linux system in reference to the website here. We have the services available. Bounces you over here to the services that they offer, web design news that they have going on over here, and looks like they haven't updated this since 2012. So if you're going to deliver news, if you're going to offer a blog, if you're going to offer information with a date attached to it, it's pretty wise that you do not necessarily your last update to be reflecting 2013. Even if this information, and here's a quick tip right here, honestly, if you're to the place where you started off with a whole lot of energy and enthusiasm, excuse me, that's one of those words I can't say, but what I mean. But if you start off with all this energy in reference to, this is what I want to offer to people, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to give people, in reference to kind of keeping them updated on web development news here, honestly, it might be wise for you to go in there and just remove the date. It means the title's okay, the person who wrote it's okay, but just remove that date, because for it to be reflecting 2012 and the post before that is 2010 is bad business. And it kind of lets people know that you're really not attentive of your own website. So as you offering a service as a web developer, they might have a hard time or an issue getting you to update their website once they get it set up and running, because of the fact that you haven't even updated your own website. So, that's one thing that people have experienced in the past in reference to people hiring a web developer but not being able to get the web developer to update their website, which is, turns out to be bad business. So, if you're, the information could still really be good. I haven't read the information. You guys can come over here if you want to and view the information yourself. It may be the most viable information to ever help your business, to run your business, to get new clients, whatever the case may be. But just remove the date if you're not updating it, okay? Right here is the payment options. Here's PayPal. Here's their information right here. So they just have 4 different links, and honestly, like I mentioned last week, if you watched the video from last week in reference to what we have going on as far as the Parallax Web Design, how to stay up to date within the web space here. Me personally, PayPal payment information is kind of nested as the last. So when you got people going chronological order, home services, sample templates, web development news, honestly, what's more important to you, collecting the payment or people reading the news that was last updated in 2012 and 2010? So, let's get things into perspective. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to our Google search here, and then we have over here web design Roswell. It's a Yelp review, so for Yelp to be kind of coming up second in the search there's a lot of opportunity for you to jump out there and have a higher ranked Google search in reference to your web design, for the simple fact that Yelp's coming up second. It's kind of a telltale sign that that slot's kind of open. I mean, Yelp's going to be a high bidder on YouTube, on Google here to get their website ranked pretty high. And then on top of that, just organically, Yelp is a little bit tough to beat there, but because they're such a big network that does all kind of different things. But even by adding your listing here to Yelp, when somebody goes into the second link there, for you to kind of get to the top of Yelp, if you decide to use Yelp. Me personally, I don't necessarily care for them. I'm not going to go into those details of why I don't. But here's Compass Marketing Group over in Roswell, Georgia. They have one review, highest, they're the highest ranked based off of their one review. Honestly, if I was on Yelp, me personally, I would go to all my clients that I've developed websites for, and I would say, hey, you guys, if you would, please go over to Yelp in reference to rating my business in reference to what I've done for you, because I do have a lot of clients that do rant and rave in reference to my web developer got swag and he's the best. However, I don't necessarily have a place online for them to review that in a positive way. Something I might want to implement in 2014. But hey, I know I can beat this because I can call two clients right now live with you and say, hey, do this for me. I would appreciate it. I am willing to even hand walk you over here, help you set up a Yelp account, set this up, get this going to write the review and go from there. But like I said, I have my thoughts and opinions in reference to Yelp, so I'm going to leave that alone. All right, so and then over here, which is the last one we're going to look at right here, and this is pretty cool because we get a chance to look at different web designs and where they could move into a parallax space here. Okay, so I'm looking at a website design, Roswell.com. These kind of people right here are kind of focusing more on the local attention versus worldwide by having Roswell in the domain, which is cool. That's what you want to do. That's fine. Honestly, that's a great little thing. You can have, here's another tip, it's all about giving tips here today. You can have your website, for instance, I own websitecandy.com. I can have websitecandy.roswell.com as well. I can have website candy Alpharetta as well. I can have website candy Atlanta as well. And I can kind of focus on those areas in reference to getting the higher, rank in reference to Google, in reference to people seeing me in my local area if I want to focus on the local attention. But as of right now, I just have the websitecandy.com. I have several domains pointing towards website candy, and maybe if you're savvy enough, something you can leave in the comments in reference to dropping those links in there where you found another link that goes to website candy. It's like a little trivia thing that we'll do for today, which is fun. But right here, they have a special promotion. First page ranking as low as $500 a month. Bing, Yahoo, Google is what they're offering here, is what they're advertising. It's kind of down here in the corner, and within this section right here, they're kind of hoping that people will see this information right here. That's the reason why it's purple and the rest of the page is white. Another tip, hope you guys are writing these tips down or taking some type of notes. And please, if you being that Google Hangouts, I really haven't figured it out 100% yet. So as I go over here to the chat, the group chat, I don't really see any comments here. So please send me a message on Twitter. Website Candy is the handle for you to send me a message on Twitter at reply us at Website Candy, and I definitely will get a notification on my phone and on my computer here immediately if you send me Twitter information if you would like for me to review your website there. Back to business over here. Here's another tip. when you're building your website, something to keep in mind, and the reason why these guys, sometimes people do it by accident, by kind of looking at other websites and saying, this is what they had there, so this is what I'm going to do here on my website. But people look at the internet as a backwards 7. So the first thing they look at right here is the far right corner of the website, which is view portfolio, their phone number, and the featured project right here, which is great. That's awesome that they have these 3 pieces of content here, because this is where people's eyes tend to go. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to go to a website that we're all familiar with, which is Facebook. Now, Facebook has a timeline, which is cool. And you can scroll through your timeline and you can see what's going on as far as, you know, the center of attention. But the reason why Facebook decided to put this little stalker thing over here, I don't know exactly what this thing is called, but the reason why Facebook decided to put this over here in this top right corner as the backward 7 is because if you want to kind of see where your friends are active at, you know, this over here is cool. This is a timeline. This is what's the word? This is a self-preserve section over here. You know, it's like, hey, you know, there's people talking about themselves. You know, this guy Ronald Miller, which is a cousin of mine, he's in the truck. So here he is posting a picture of a truck that he likes. This is you know, self-preserve. This is a selfish area of Facebook over here. But this is where people over here are interacting with other people. That's the reason why it's in the top right corner. So here's Priscilla Flanoy, which is my auntie. Hey, auntie, how you doing if you're watching this video? You can see where she likes somebody's status. And right here, I can, you know, as a stalker, I can kind of see this person that I'm not connected to. This Phyllis Flanoy, which is probably a relative, where she wrote something right here, even though I'm not connected to her. This is where Facebook's using a strategy to say, hey, you know, this is where Priscilla is connecting with Phyllis. You might want to connect to Phyllis as well because somebody of your friend is connected to them. This is what Phyllis wrote. This is what the comments are. And if you want to get into the conversation, there you go, you know, and so on and so forth. So kind of done with Facebook there. But this is the reason why this is in the top right corner. People look at it as a backward 7. So as you're setting your website up, this is a strategy you want to focus on. Here's your contact information right over here below. I would kind of move that up. I would switch that as far as a web review if it was me. But for them to have their number right here at the top, that's what's most important. So where the parallax will come into play is the featured project or the special promotions. So let's go ahead and try to click on one of these right here and see where we can get to. And when we click on that there, this is where, honestly, I feel as though the parallax design would be effective in reference to, I don't know what I clicked on there, but click to view, click to image view. Okay, this takes me to the image view, I guess. But it's taking me to another tab there, and I can't get anything in reference to what they have offering over here. But the view the portfolio, let's go there. And you come over here, you can review the portfolio. It looks like they've done a lot of awesome work. Like they're really active in their community, which is really good. But when I come over here, I can kind of click through here, and it keeps opening me up another tab. And after a while, I'm gonna get a little bit lost in reference to, whoa, wait, what link was I on? Where was I at? You know, which can be a little bit bad business, where you know people, you know, you're engagingly trying to promote your stuff. You're showing your portfolio off for the reason of what? Anybody want to raise their hand? Anybody want to tweet me the answer? Okay, you guys are taking too long. To sell a website, to gain more business, to get more business. So if you're clicking on a portfolio to see what these people are doing, and make sure all your links work. If you're clicking on a portfolio to see what's going on here, and you want to see, you know, where people are, you know, where they've done all this awesome stuff and this awesome work. And let me get back over here again real quick, and let's look at this one over here. Oh man, this is a great website. This is something that I might be really interested in. I like that style. And let me click on this one right here and check this guy out. If I've given them that much attention and I gave them that much focus, all right, I want to contact them. I want to call them. I want to click their little PayPal button, and I want to send some money, and I want to get this process started. 2014, this is my goal. This is what I want to do. Where the heck do I go? I got 10 tabs open up here. Oh my God, I'm lost. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I tell my people all the time, you do not necessarily want to give the user too much responsibility, because you know how the game goes. You ever call somebody and just say, hey, could you do this for me and do that, and you allocate some kind of responsibility to them, and it never gets done. What I'm saying, for whatever the reason, whatever the excuse is, the user has way too much responsibility to come back here and click your PayPal button, send you some money, and for you to get new clients or pick up the phone and call you because you have all these other links showing off your portfolio, which is awesome. This is where the Parallax is going to come into play. This is where the Parallax is going to be effective in reference to when they first come into your website. You have, I'm going to go back to my website here, you have the portfolio. You have all your information right here on one page. You have your price structure, you have your class that you have going on. You have a little bit about, meet the team. These are the tools that I use over here at Website Candy. If you want to do a live chat, you can kind of pop that open right there. The chat's right there, it's always available. Here's our services. If you want to view more in reference to our services of what we have going on, you can click view more. A video that we did last week right here, you can pop that open. It keeps you right through there. Here's the portfolio. Now I'm about to start getting a little bit lost here in reference to the portfolio. When I click over here in Genoa, it bounces me down, takes me over to Genoa, some screenshots. This may be all a person needs to see, is a few screenshots in reference to what you've done. And if they want to mouse through the little screenshots, that's cool, that's good. They can close the X, they can come back up here, and they can say, or even if they continuously venture down to the bottom of the website there, and they say, okay, this guy's good. I looked at his portfolio. I like this guy. Of course, I'm going to do the smart plan because, who wants to be basic? I'm going to click the smart plan. Bam, the only link that opens up is in reference to getting started and subscribing. Not saying that this is the final answer. I'm not saying I'm the guru. I'm not saying that this is the end-all, be-all. It's just a suggestion here in reference to what I found that's profitable, and what I found that could be exhausting to your user, and you don't want to be exhausting to your user at all in any way, shape, or form. You want to make it really easy for them to retain and understand your information. My website won't load properly for some reason. You know how the game goes. Things always break when you're trying to show somebody something. So kind of disregard the fact that I keep refreshing here, but that's what it's all about. I mean, that's it. That's the nature of the Parallax. That's where you want to use it at. As I kind of get back over here to this guy right here, or this person right here, in reference to, I think the website's awesome, it's good, but in reference to your portfolio, you can display that in a different type of way. You can display it to where, in a scenario, I'm going to kind of paint a picture for you guys here. I'm going to look for some type of interaction from the audience, and I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to take this one short. Last week, I recorded that video, and to be honest with you, I didn't even watch it. Golly, it was long. But over here, their website, the things they have going on, the things that they're introducing, I think they're updating their website as we speak here. That wasn't there before. That's pretty cool. Excuse me. But over here, they have things they have going on. Here's the featured project right here. I know that this right here has changed. Yeah, they're updating their website as we speak. We might even get a couple refreshes to see what they're doing. They hear me. They feel my energy. But right over here, for it to kind of show the Parallax, I'm painting a scenario here, to show the Parallax, kind of come in, you got the Parallax feel, you're showing off your portfolio of 5 different projects, or whatever the case may be. And then you have links, or you have some type of little icons, you have some little boxes somewhere on your website, such as these right here, that take you over to a place of web design, online marketing, info zone, follow us, portfolio, WDA blog, whatever the case may be. But you have the portfolio first, because that's the most important thing in reference to a web developer or whatever your business may be. What's the most important thing? What are you showing off? If you create something, if you make something, if you're making some type of lotion, the Parallax is showing the process of that lotion being made. When you get to a certain section of the website, once they've kind of been like, wow, that's awesome, that's exactly what I'm looking for in reference to your market, you have the little boxes or the little links or something below that's going to bring you to this section right here, the stagnant part of the site that really doesn't change that often, in reference for people to get involved. And if they click that little box from here, so let's say that box right here is the portfolio, it's going to take them right behind this link right here, which is the portfolio, and then you can kind of show another Parallax Design information over here. In reference to all this wording right here, which is cool, it's not a whole lot. In reference to all this information down here, honestly, it may be great information, but honestly, ask yourself, how many people are really retaining this information? All this information right here, I mean, I'm sure it makes a world of a difference, and it may really mean a lot to the web design world and the search engine world and the local map listing and the social media and pay-per-click information. But how many people are really retaining that information? So this is prime real estate, where people just kind of want to see, hey, if they type in web developer, they're looking for a portfolio. They're looking for you to give them what they want in reference to taking action, in reference to getting a website built by you. If you're into tires, if you're into bikes, people are looking for a bike. They want to see bikes. They don't want to read about a bike. More likely, if they made it to your website, out of all the bike websites out there on the web, they want to see bikes. They kind of probably already know a little bit about bikes. They might have read somewhere, and this is the reason why we got Wiki. You know what I'm saying? Like Wiki and Google and all kind of different little places you can go in reference to, reading the true facts about this certain type of bike, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I come to this website. Let me go Google. A bicycle or a motorbike, whatever the case may be. I'll go to Roswell Bike right here. Boy, I'm so local. I'll tell you, everything pops up as Roswell, and I'm not even in Roswell. But here's bike right here, Roswell Bike right here. They're popping up. Here's all this information. Man, forget all this information. I want to see some bikes. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what the teams are. I want to know who I can ride with. Give me some dang on bikes and give me that in a parallax format. You click that little box, it bounces you over here because you clicked the box about education. Now I'm volunteering to go read all this information right here, but to display this and throw this out front versus giving people what they want and what they need, the question is, could this be right here a tool that's hurting you? Is your website hurting you, or is your website helping you? And that's what we're going to talk about next week. We're going to talk about, that's going to be the title. It just came to my mind just now. You guys helped me create it. Is your website helping you, or is your website hurting you? And where you can be effective in reference to the Parallax Design. I'm never going to stop talking about Parallax, ever. Okay? So if you're like, man, this guy and his Parallax stuff, golly, that's all he ever talks about. Well, that's what I talk about. That's what I do. That's what I specialize in, Parallax Web Design. So let's go look around real fast and see if we get some interaction anywhere. I do understand that this is a process. You know what I'm saying? I have seen where people, did programs and did shows and did, events and all kind of stuff, and nobody showed up. And I don't care, because I see where they are now, and I see where thousands and thousands and thousands of people are showing up because of their diligence, and people going back and seeing where they, did present themselves where nobody was there. So as I'm looking around here, I don't see any conversations here on Google+. Actually, I joined the Google Hangout the other day. I was actually interested in the topic the guy was speaking of. He was, talking about, he was speaking from the good book, man. He was talking about God's word and, kind of into that stuff, and I'm digging that stuff. And I was checking it out, and I was watching it, and I need to go to the YouTube from a different perspective to see if I have any comments hanging out here. But I was on his YouTube, and I was on his Google Hangout, and I was, trying to get in through Google Plus, and I was like, what the fuss? I can't get in, and it said I didn't have permission to be in there, so I don't know, and maybe you guys can leave this in the comments and let me know that if you have to be that person's friend, or I don't know, but I couldn't get in. I was trying to interact. He was asking questions. I was trying to answer the questions to the best of my ability, and I just had no way to get to him. And I was leaving messages on his YouTube channel. I left like 4 messages for me trying to interact, and possibly he was seeing it after the whole show was over with. Maybe, I don't know, but I thought it was just kind of a piss poor design in reference to, if you're going to do a Google Hangout, you know, how do you bring more people to learn about your channel? You know, Google, that's a message for you. I'm asking you this question, because when I get my Google Glass, I'm gonna be doing Hangouts, you know, cutting the grass. That's when I start talking about the Parallax design, is when I get my Google Glass. We're gonna be talking about everything. So over here, I'm on my YouTube channel just to check to make sure I'm not missing anybody in reference to any type of questions, any type of I'm going to mute myself there. Okay, I don't see any comments over here to see anything. So, but that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. This video will be live on my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, and I'm going to, you know, fix my website to where it loads really fast now. It's making me mad. But websitecandy.com is the domain. Parallax Web Design is the game. I couldn't leave without saying something corny. So there's your corny quote for the day. Don't let me see that on your Twitter, like I tell my kids all the time. If so, I better see Website Candy and the hashtag. All right, well, I'll talk to you guys next week. Around the same time, maybe not, I don't know. But, you know, send me a question, send me something on Twitter at Website Candy with an I, of course. And, you know, let's talk. All right, talk to you later. Peace out.